Kevin Bacon, welcome back to the Tonight Show. I love having you on. You know, I'm the biggest fan of yours, but also we drag you into doing these sketches with us. And
11 times.
we've done this 11. We've done that.
This one goes up to 11.
This one goes up to 11. We started in 2015.
Yes.
So for 10 years
Wow,
we've been doing
is that
these.
true? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We did the Beach Boys, Fun, Fun, Fun.
Uh-huh.
That's where they kept getting stuck at the hamburger stand.
That's right. That's right.
These are the first drafts of these songs.
Yes.
Then Free Fallin'. We did Free Horses. He loved horses.
Yes.
And he couldn't stop talking. He was obsessed with horses.
Forgot about
Lola by the Kinks. I forgot what we did for that one.
Everything rhymed with Lola.
Yeah, he drove a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
We did ZZ Top, Chris Stapleton, and swung the.
That's right.
We swung the guitars around.
That's right.
Blowing in the Wind with Keira Sedgwick.
Keira Sedgwick.
That was a great one.
I think that was my favorite.
It was a riddle, a puzzle. There were like how many?
Yeah.
How long? If one train leaves the station at a certain, it's like SAT questions.
There's a lot of questions that were answered by Blowing in the Wind.
And then this last one we did now. We did American Woman. Michael Bacon was in that.
That's right.
From
That's
the Bacon
right.
Brothers.
Yeah, the Bacon Brothers.
And then Should I Stay or Should I Go? The Clash. Ramblin' Man, Allman Brothers. He was born in the back of a Greyhound bus, and found that hard to believe. And then Head Over Heels, Tears for Fears.
Oh.
They were talking about the weather. They were obsessed with the weather.
Yeah.
Paint It Black. I think he wanted to paint different things, right?
Yes.
And now this one was the great Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
It was all about six strings.
Yeah, I met Bryan Adams once, and then I also remember there was a time when a lot of times people would come up to me and ask me if I was Bryan Adams.
Really?
Or, they'd say, "Can you sign this? I love Summer of '69."
No way.
So,
he has kind of a good raspy voice.
Oh yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah.
It's really. Imagine he does a whole concert like that.
I know, it's crazy.
And nails it. He's unbelievable.
And by the way, apparently, if you do the math, Bryan Adams is, I think, born in 1959. So the summer of '69, he would have been 10. So I think maybe I could be wrong about this.
He had better years in his life.
He may be referring to a different kind of '69. I
don't know. I didn't think about that.
Me on that. There's been.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I assumed he was just time warping or something.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you was at the Saturday Night Live big 50th anniversary concert.
Yeah, which you hosted, and it was so good, Jimmy. I loved it. You did a fantastic job.
I'm still out of breath.
And by the way, where'd you get that house band?
Oh, they're a band called The Roots, and I just
God.
heard about them. They're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yes.
Philadelphia,
they're from
Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia, and they're really good. They're the best.
Yeah.
How amazing were The Roots?
They were fantastic. It was such a night of like, it's one of those ones where I was just looking around, I went, oh my God, look, there's that, oh my, normally I don't always kind of act like that, but when I'm around like big famous like musicians, that always it makes my knees weak a little bit.
The whole concert, but I mean, how great! Everybody was great, from Miley Cyrus all the way through. Cher was great.
Cher, on and on and on.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh God.
Nirvana with Post Malone.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys crushed.
Yeah.
But I did the opening thing. I was like, I have to do like a tribute to the Blues Brothers and thank Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi and just give a shout out to John. Yeah. Hopefully that he was watching down.
Yeah. I worked with John Belushi. He spit mashed potatoes on me in my very first movie. Yeah.
I mean, Animal House.
Animal House. Yeah.
Come on, that is unbelievable.
He has a cheek full of mashed potatoes, and he goes, "See if you can guess what I am now." He puts the mashed potatoes in. He spits the mashed potatoes. He says, "I'm a zit." Get it? Just amazing.
What was he like? Just a ball of energy? Was he? When the cameras turned on?
At the time that we were doing that, we were making that movie in Eugene, Oregon, at the University of Oregon, which was as far away from New York City as you could. And he was doing SNL for like 3 days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He'd do SNL, then he'd fly out and shoot like 3 days in Oregon on the movie and go back. He was going back and forth.
Wow.
And I'll never forget this because I got invited to a party. He wasn't staying at the crappy motel that we were on the side of the road, but he had a house, okay, which he certainly deserved. And we get an invitation to a party at John Belushi's house. And he has flown in a ton of lox from Zabar's. Now, to me, at that point in my life, to have one piece of lox was like gold. I
Yes.
mean, it was like
No, you don't taste Lux.
I would never. Well, I just would never spend the money on it.
Of course,
because it was
who has the money?
Insanely
Yes.
expensive. So, and he had this party, invited us all over. It was the first time I ever tasted a thing called a mimosa, and I was like, holy.
Yeah.
They're taking champagne, they're pouring it into orange juice. There's piles of Lux. I was like, I want to be a movie star.
That's a great story. I've never heard that story.
This is amazing.
You don't forget those types of stories when that happens to you.
Oh, wow.
You hosted SNL. I remember you were fantastic.
Yeah,
host.
like probably in the 1800s.
No.
it's
One
like
of my favorite
30
sketches ever.
It's 35 years ago. They should have the anniversary of me not hosting the SNL. I think that would be good.
You were great. You were in a classic Nat X with Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Here's you as Vanilla Ice.
Yep.
That was a great one. That was a great sketch.
This was kind of like a precursor to First Drafts of Rock, I think.
It kind of was, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your experience?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, it was an amazing cast. That was like Chris Farley and Dana Carvey and Rob Schneider and
Jeez.
Chris Rock and on and on and on. I mean, that was a really Sandler, I think, was there. Yeah, it was a
Sandler's. That was that great cast.
Yeah, it was a great cast. It was really hard, I got to say. I mean, it's I think it was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah. I would
You've
say
done
so.
so many excellent movies and everything.
That's different, though, standing up there and doing a monologue, and then, But what was really cool about, because we went to the concert, then we also went to the 50th anniversary as well. Which was incredible on Sunday, yeah. And it's so fun to sit there and watch the way that machine works with the backstage stuff, and I remember like the crew, insane.
I don't know how Lorne Michaels pulls it all off. I mean, for 50 years, with all the crew and everybody knows what they're doing. We get all pieces. I mean, it's New York City, so you know the space here because the audience is here. But if this was in California or something, you'd have a sound stage and you'd have it all set. These are getting pieces of sets from Brooklyn brought up in an elevator during the week, and during commercial breaks, they're moving in sets, putting them together with like clamps.
It's so wild.
Like, if you touch the walls, they'll fall down.
Yeah. And the hair and makeup changes. I mean, turning into into Vanilla Ice and then out of Vanilla Ice was no easy feat.
Yeah. Let's talk about your new show, The Bondsman. This is fantastic. It's on Prime Video, by the way. And how do we set up the premise for this? Because I think it's fantastic, and it even gets better the more you explain it.
Okay, well, I play a guy who is working as a bail bondsman, but I'm an ex-musician. I haven't picked up the guitar in like 15 years, and I've given that up. I'm living in my mom's garage, and in the first probably, I say 2 minutes of the show, I'm murdered. I have I have my throat cut. I wake up and I'm in the wall built into. I've been hidden in this wall of a motel, and I come back to life, and I realize that I've gone to hell and back, and I'm now a bondsman for the devil, hunting demons in this small town.
It's so fun.
It's fun. It's a fun show. It really
is it the people behind Blumhouse, right?
Yeah, Blumhouse, and
they make the best horror movies that you've seen out there, and it's good. But it's also there's some humor in it too.
There's a lot of humor, and there's also it's a lot of it is really about this family that we have. My relationship with my mother, with my ex-wife, my son, who I'm sort of estranged from, and so it's got a lot of heart and a ton of blood.
Yeah, ton. But I want to show a clip. Here's Kevin Bacon in The Bondsman. Take a look at this.
Come on, let's go.
What the hell is... Oh, thank God, a cop.
Harry, don't.
Help! Police!
He's stone cold dead in the market. He's stone cold dead in the market. He's stone cold dead in the market. I killed nobody but
Jesus.
my husband.
Last night
Run!
I went out. When I gave her a beating, I lie cold dead in the market. Stone cold dead in the market. I lie cold dead in the market.
Come on, that's how you do it. Kevin Bacon, everybody. All episodes of The Bondsman premiere this Thursday on Prime Video. Amanda Peet joins us after the break. Stick around.